welcome back to the channel. Today we're making pork belly burnt ends on a pellet smoker and making a bourbon and maple glaze to finish them off. First, we will need to pick a pork belly, and at my local Costco they have these pre-sliced ones, but I think they're cut a bit too thin, so I'll grab an unsliced one and cut it up at home. And trying to find one that has a good amount of meat in it. Also, grab a small bottle of bourbon, as we'll only need to use 1 cup for that glaze. Alright, back at home firing up that smoker with Camp Chef's Cherry Blend hardwood pellets, then setting the temp to 135 degrees Celsius or 275 degrees Fahrenheit. Firstly, we will need to remove the skin. It takes a minute to do, but having a sharp knife will make life a lot easier. Just going to start from one corner and slowly work my way across the front of the belly, and repeating that all the way down until it's fully removed. Now we have that skin removed, we're going to cut this into 4 centimeters or 1.5 inch cubes. Making sure to get the cubes the same size so they all cook evenly in the smoker. Time to get some rub on these cubes. To make this less messy and have no wasted rub, I use a bowl, a foil tray and an oven grid. Now, using your favourite pork rub, giving each cube a light coat and letting the excess fall into the bowl. When there are a couple of cubes left, I'll roll them around in that excess rub. Now we have all the cubes rubbed up, it's time to get these into the smoker. We're going to cook these for 2 hours at 135 degrees Celsius or 275 degrees Fahrenheit. And rotating the tray every 30 minutes to make sure they get an even cook. The 2 hours is up and these are looking great, so let's get these inside for the next step. First I want to drain out all that rendered fat, and I'll strain all that crap out later and store it to use in other cooks. Putting all the pork belly cubes into the foil tray, and I realized this tray was going to be too big, so I decided to use a smaller tray. I'll just show you here that there's no resistance to the fat on that belly. It just tears apart easily. This is exactly what we're looking for. Adding in some knobs of unsalted butter. A sprinkle of brown sugar. And a drizzle of honey over the top. Covering all this nice and tight with foil, then getting it back into the smoker for another 2 hours. When there's about half an hour left on the cook, we'll start making the glaze. In a pan on medium to high heat, adding in 2 cups of bourbon, half a cup of maple syrup, 1 heaped teaspoon of Dijon mustard, 1 cinnamon stick, 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, 1 tablespoon of your preferred pork rub. Giving all of this a stir to help break down that mustard. Once it starts to bubble and rise up, knock that heat down to low and let it simmer for 10 to 15 minutes. This is a great time to sample some of that bourbon for yourself. Once that glaze has thickened up, it should be time to bring in the pork belly and start coating the cubes. Ah, look at that. These are definitely looking like burnt ends. Putting on that double glove because these are piping hot. These are so soft and juicy. I can't wait to try these. Pouring over that glaze and giving them a toss around to get an even coat. Now back into the smoker for 20 to 30 minutes. Cool, time's up. Shutting down that smoker and getting these burnt ends inside to cool and have a taste test. I'm just going to place these into another tray to cool for at least 15 minutes. These just melted in my mouth and the flavour was absolutely amazing. Thanks for hanging around to the end of the video, and I'll catch you all in the next one.